All right, what we're going to do today is start to explore what, well, basically how what we're learning in rendering, right, in terms of compositional methods, translates to your own personal experiences. So I think a good number of you actually went on the trip this weekend to the Getty Center. We'll talk about what the rest of you will have to do who weren't there. But one of the tasks that I asked you to do was to take 3 photographs and bring them into class today. So those 3 photographs were supposed to be taken using the compositional methods that we've been learning in class. So that's rule of thirds, backgrounding, objectifying, if you have a camera that can do that, balancing, symmetry, that kind of stuff. Everything you see up here, surprisingly, it's still on the board. So what we're going to do is start to work with that. So first off, actually, I said Photoshop. What I meant was Illustrator. So let's get Illustrator open. But you'll probably want to do some like cropping and formatting first. Illustrator's not awesome at cropping and formatting, so I'm going to keep Photoshop open. And what I'm going to do is start a new file, change the DPI to 150, and let's change the width to, let's make it, let's just stick with what we've been doing. Let's do 8.5 by 11. 8.5 high, 11 wide. So I've got a few images, and I actually just pulled my images off the internet, so some of them are going to be a little hokey, I guess. But start dragging your images in, and what we're going to do is start to sort of crop these down a little bit. So what I want you guys to do is scale them so that it actually keeps the aspect ratio. Whoops. So just scale it up so that it keeps the aspect ratio, but make sure that you're keeping it even on the page so that the original image you took is still indicative. So, and don't worry about pixelation, just size it up and get it on the sheet because this is more of a diagrammatic exercise than anything else. So the cool thing about Photoshop is that it's going to allow us to just do all 3 of our image crops right here in the same file. So we can, actually, you know what? I kind of like that aspect ratio, so I'm going to go back to, let's go back to the original aspect ratio on the 8.5 by 11. I'll just keep that. This one is a little bigger, so I'll crop to that one in a sec. And then this one is about the same. So it looks like the 2 that I brought in are a little bit bigger than the first one. So what I'm going to do is drop a guide on each of these, and then I'm going to grab that first one and scale it up so that it fits that frame, because I think the other ones are pretty well sized. So free transform, scale this up a little bit beyond, and then I'm going to get rid of this stuff. Oh, I need to rasterize first. Yeah.
What if my image is vertical?
That's fine. You know, we'll get it formatted later. I think if you took vertical images, just work on it on a separate file. You know, but right now I'm just cropping them down. You can go into the Illustrator part with your raw file if you want. Okay, so in Illustrator, we're going to do the same thing. Oh, there's the entry screen. So let's go to New, and go to Inches, 8.5 by 11. Let's make it Landscape. Hit OK. All right. So the first 2 were fine. I can just keep those as they are. I don't even have to load those in. But since I scaled this one up and sort of recropped it, I'm going to have to export a new one. So I'm going to do a save as of a JPEG. I'm going to do PNG because it's going to drop the background. Let me turn the background off. PNG. I think this one was called, I'll just call it what I wanted to call it. So this is leading in symmetry. All right, so now in Illustrator, you can just start dropping those in. Oh wait, I saved it in the wrong location, sorry. Leading symmetry. Okay, then in Illustrator, just drop your files right in here. Oh, well, it took the whole thing, but that's okay. We had this one. It's okay if it's a little upsized. It doesn't need to be perfect. Oops. And if you guys want a quick scale, you can go up to the top and change this value here. You can make that smaller. That's like a quick way to scale. All right, what questions do you have? Nothing special as of yet, so cool. All right, so that's how you set up what we're going to do for our diagrammatic exercise.